Our parliamentary budget officer, Yves Giroux, was originally estimating that Canada would face $252 billion in federal debt because of the coronavirus pandemic. But he recently admitted this estimate of $252 billion was too optimistic, and that in all likelihood, our federal deficit will be $1 trillion or more. And meanwhile, because of the coronavirus shutdown measures, Canada's unemployment rate has risen to 13%. For comparison, it was 5.5% in January of this year. And in April alone, we lost 2 million jobs. This has many questioning. How are we going to get on the road to economic recovery? Well, Immigration Minister Marco Mendicino hinted at an answer earlier this month. Mendicino said, "Immigration will absolutely be key to our success and our economic recovery. We continue to rely on immigration. It will be an economic driver, and this will be the North Star of our policy going forward." Now, if you ask me, it's going to be hard to convince Canadians who are facing an unemployment crisis that we should be pleased about resuming the plan to welcome 1 million new immigrants in the next 3 years. So it's my prediction that we're going to be facing heavy government messaging trying to convince us of the economic virtues of immigration. And I think we need to have an understanding of the facts. Minister Mendicino and the minister who came before him, Ahmed Hussein, as well as other immigration enthusiasts, often cite Canada's aging population as the reason why Canada needs higher immigration levels. So for Canada's population to replace itself, every woman would need to have an average of 2.1 children, and this figure currently sits at 1.54. Canadians are having fewer children for a variety of economic and social reasons, but this has made people concerned that we're not going to have enough workers and thus taxpayers to fund our social programs down the road. Many are proclaiming immigration is the only answer, and Minister Mendicino said just as much in March when he said immigration is the only solution. Mendicino's predecessor, Ahmed Hussein, echoed this sentiment when he said, "Why do we need immigration? Well, 5 million Canadians are set to retire by 2035, and we have fewer people working to support seniors and retirees." However, a policy piece authored by 3 economists concluded immigration is not a solution to demographic problems such as population aging, and what a large body of evidence indicates is that immigration is neither good nor bad for the economy as assessed by its impact on the living standards of current citizens. So you can say, well, immigration results in higher GDP for the country, but that doesn't mean per capita GDP is higher. That doesn't mean people's individual circumstances are better just because the country's GDP is higher. Immigration is not a solution to an aging workforce because working age immigrants bring along dependents with them, whether that's a non-working spouse who is taking care of children, or parents and grandparents who are coming through family reunification programs and those sorts of things. So when politicians claim that immigration will remedy Canada's demographic challenges, they either have not looked at the research or they're lying. The Liberal government kind of acts as if bringing over immigrants will instantly repair our economy and help us repay our debt. So they kind of treat them as if they're economic tools. But they're going to be disappointed by using this approach because it's very likely with higher immigration, we will actually see a higher deficit. This is from the policy options piece. Newly arrived immigrants are a net drag on government budgets. They pay less in taxes on average and make average or slightly above average use of government services and benefits. Second-generation immigrants do well, however, which may offset this net drag to some extent, but the initial impact of a large increase in immigration should be expected to be an increase in taxes, a decrease in services, an increase in deficits, or some combination of the 3. And when we're discussing immigration, a lot of people bring up how, well, a higher labor supply means that wages are depressed because now the market is flooded. However, more Canadian research is needed on that topic, so if you have any resources, feel free to drop them in the comment section. But one paper that's actually a PhD dissertation found that for every 10% increase in new immigrants in Canada, the wages of previous immigrants decreased by 2.6%. So this means that an influx of immigration does affect wages, but it affects the wages not of the native-born population, but of previous established immigrants who came here 10 years ago or prior. If politicians wish to promote immigration based on social factors, that's a totally different story. But when it comes to the economics, their claims that immigration is going to cure all of our financial woes simply do not hold water. I'm Lindsay Shepherd with True North. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.